Hello and welcome to Encore Motor Cars video presentation of this 1991 Mercedes-Benz 560 SEL. This car is a one-owner vehicle, and it was bought by a person that lives here in Florida part-time, just in the wintertime. And so it's got a great history. It's a one-owner car. It was delivered brand new in Venice, Florida was the first registration, and where the person lived for years that owned this car. Venice is a sleepy little retirement community down just south of Sarasota on the Gulf of Mexico, and so it's a great, it's got a great story, and it's a great car. And if you look on the Carfax, if you haven't already, you can look at it on the website. The website is encoreautos.com, or if you're on eBay, you can roll all the way down and look at the bottom of the listing, and it says resources. There's a Carfax logo. You can click on it and see the Carfax logo if you haven't already. You can see that it is a one-owner car, and it was serviced regularly at the Mercedes-Benz dealership here in Sarasota, Florida. So you can see all that just by looking at the Carfax, and you can see some of the maintenance that was done. But by looking at the vehicle and by putting it through our shop, we were very impressed with the condition overall of the car. Cosmetically, obviously, you can see that it's beautiful, but what we worry about is a car that's been sitting around with this kind of miles on it that has not been serviced regularly and needing service currently. And that's not what we have here. We have a car that we have a Mercedes technician that looked at the car and was really happy with the way that it was maintained over the years. So we've got a good, nice, very nice car that somebody can enjoy, and it was the top of the line, really the flagship of the Mercedes line back in 1991. The most valuable car next to the SL, but the most valuable sedan for sure. And with all the creature comforts that they had available back in 1991, this is the top of the line luxury car back then. What I want to focus on is basically the condition of the car. That's what you're all after. This car is now a classic, and is destined to be these cars are going to be something that I'm sure going to be collectible and maintain. Car collectors will be owning these cars, and especially a car with documented low miles. One on a car like this is something that you could easily be desirable to somebody that collects the cars. If you're looking just for a good car for a fair price, that's maybe you've had one of these in the past and you're just trying to relive or find one that is not worn out, that you can enjoy. This is another purpose for this car, is for somebody that's looking to do something like that. I've got the sunroof up in here. The headliner's in perfect condition. The interior is really nice. The package tray in the back is really nice. These cars came with a lot of equipment as standard. Most of the equipment was standard. A couple of optional things you could get were the heated seats, which this one does have. Does have the Becker stereo system, cassette, and it's got the they all came with the automatic air conditioning and so forth, and the sunroof. Like I said, let's talk about the condition of it. The interior is phenomenal. The bolster and the platform where you sit down, the landing area there is in really good condition. The armrest is like new. There's no cracks or anything in the wood grain. Everything is exactly the way it's supposed to be, and you can see that there's very little wear anywhere on this car. With 53,000 miles, that's about what you should expect. The car is, like I said, it's been down here in Florida, so there's no rust issues anywhere on it, and it's got a nice set of Michelin tires on it, all four of them. The paint on the car is the original paint, and it's in beautiful condition all the way around. The smoked silver, really good looking color for this car. And you can see that the wheels and the tires are in really good condition. The chrome all the way around, all the emblems. There's a little bit of patina showing on this edge right here. I don't know if they're remaking those aftermarket, if you can find one of those. I guess to be a perfect car, that's probably one of the only things that I saw when I walked around the car, is a little bit of patina showing on that. Otherwise, even the gaskets and the glass all the way around all the bright work, all the rubber grommets and things that go around all the areas that are prone to wear on these cars. On this car is not. So I'm just going to go ahead and crank the engine up, get a listen to that, look in the trunk. I'll get back in here and go over the gauges with you in a second. All the everything's functional. In the front, the chrome and the bright work on the grille, I'll get a nice close-up here. All in really nice condition, and the grille also at eye level. Take a nice look at it and see that it is damage-free and doesn't have any wear or patina showing anywhere. Even the emblem is like new. I love seeing this. Is I love digging into the engine compartment on these things and looking at some of the lower areas here. Before I get into the hood, I'll just show you some of the hardware that's in the front here and the lower sections where you find problems, rust. These are problematic areas on cars that have not been maintained. On this car, you can see that these areas are very clean and in good condition all the way around. The other thing that I look at once I get up into the engine compartment is the metal parts, the nuts and bolts and things that can just get rusted out on the car. That spent time in the other climates and areas of the country. That usually is all stuff that's all rusted out, and then that continues on throughout the whole undercarriage. With this car, you can see that all that stuff is, all those components are still in good condition. You can see that all the cast iron parts are not all rusted out, and you can see that tells the tale on the rest of the car. When I look under the engine compartment and I see, it tells you a lot about the car. So see, it's got the insulation under the hood in place. It's in near perfect condition, and underneath the hood here, you can see that there's no issues or wear under there. I'll just show you that the decals are all still in place in the door jambs, and take a look at some of the hinges and the hardware in there in really good condition still. Not showing any rusting anywhere. And I look at the weather stripping on the lower sections that usually get wet and stay wet. They can get dry. This one's nice. All the weather stripping is really nice. The lower doors are in great condition. Give you the same treatment on the back here, in the rocker panel there, and nowhere even on the lower sections of the door panel. So we're in good shape there. Take a look in the trunk. And we can see that it's got the foot pads for the rear passengers, for the rich and famous people that sit in the back seats of these cars, or did back in the day. And you've got the mats, even the driver's mat. Look at that, even the driver's mat's in fantastic condition. Still got the brown carpeting in the back here, very nice condition. And let's take a look at some of the details underneath here. We've got the jack still in place where it belongs. You can see that all the hardware back in here is beautiful. It's got the instructions back down in there. It's got the spare that's never been down. It's got the toolkit in the center bowl that usually is missing on these cars. And underneath here, and all the carpeting on the edges of the carpeting, not stained and not problematic. We have a nice, very nice car. If you're a picky Mercedes guy, you can find these cars out there. They're out there. You can buy them for 6, 7, 8 grand, but they're used up, tired, and they're not going to last much longer, and they're going to just be a nightmare for somebody who's wants to enjoy the car and doesn't want to service it that much. A car like this, if you spend a lot more, twice as much, you get more than twice as much car. You get a car that's valuable, that's going to maintain its value, and that's going to be able to be used and enjoyed, and make it part of the family, pass it down for generations to come. To me, that's why I'm in love with the classic cars. And these European cars are very collectible, especially in Europe. By the way, if you're in Europe and looking at this car, we do ship overseas, and I'm happy to arrange that all for you. We're not too far away from Miami. We're about $200 shipping charge to get it to Miami, and then it's not too much money to get it to less than $1,000 to get it over to Europe, Germany, and those areas, Netherlands, so forth. So please, if you're shoot me an email or give me a call, and I'll be able to give you a quote right to your port if you're from over there. People in the States, we do classic car financing, we take trade-ins, and I ship all over the world. So I can give you a quote. You can just send me your zip code. I'd be happy to provide a quote for you. My name is Dan. The phone number is 941-915-7637 to communicate directly with me. I'm happy to talk to you more about the car and provide whatever information is missing if I wasn't able to answer your questions. I'm just going to take it for a quick ride and show you that the gauges are working, and we'll call it a day. The air conditioning, I don't know if you can hear that wind blowing, is working. It's got nice cold air conditioning, and feels good on a hot day down here in Florida. Just quickly go around the block here and show you that the gauges are working, the speedometer's turning. We've zeroed it out at 0 miles. I've driven the car for about a mile just to get the feel of it and learn about it before I took the video, and boy, is it impressive. No rattles anywhere. The brakes feel great. There's no pulsation at all in the brakes, so the rotors are in good shape. The pads, we check all that stuff out through our shop.